In this video, we will talk about our project Breathing and Homeostasis, and we will inform about our respiratory system and the dangers it is exposed to in our daily life. We will also make two models based on our theme. Respiration. Respiration is the process of gas exchange. We need the input of energy produced by the combustion of organic substances. This process requires oxygen. Oxygen goes from our lungs to our bloodstream. The blood transports the oxygen to the cells of our body. Your cells use oxygen to transform nutrients into energy, and this process produces a waste gas called carbon dioxide. During this stage, we will perform two of our projects: being growing and the effects of the environment, and a model of the respiratory system. Our first diagram shows that basically our three samples will be divided into three containers, having all of them cotton and 3 beans in each one. The only thing that will change, and that in the end will define the growth of our beans, is the water we use. On one, we will use purified water, and on the other one, tobacco water. In this model, we will use a plastic bottle, and we will cover the upper part either with a top or a plastiline, and we have to make sure the straw crosses through this part. Then, at the bottom of the straw, we will add the two balloons, which will represent the lungs. And finally, we will cover the bottom of the bottle with a rubbery material, in our case, a balloon. So when we pull this material, it would create the motion of breathing. Our first project will be about how an unborn child or a baby can be affected by its surroundings. We are considering here an environment of tobacco.
In this project, we will need the next materials: milk, cotton, tobacco, bottle of water, beans, and cotton.
First, we cut the bottles so we can use them as small containers.
Then, fill 1 cup with milk, another cup with water, and the last cup with tobacco water. Tobacco water is made by emptying the inside of a cigarette into a cup of water.
Then we place the cotton and 3 beans in each container. We will record each container, and after 14 days, we will determine in which containers the bean grew better or worse.
The first thing that we need to do is to get our materials. We will need balloons, scotch tape, a bottle, straws, a cutter, and a glue gun. You will cut the lower part of a bottle with the cutter. Attach 2 straws with scotch tape and attach a balloon on the end of each straw. Very carefully, use a heated material to carve a hole into the bottle's cap. Insert the straws with the balloons into the hole you just carved. Use a folded clip to limit the airflow of the straws, and use a glue gun to seal the hole of the bottle's cap. Lastly, use a balloon to cover the bottom part of the bottle.
As a conclusion, this project will really help people realize how much damage smoking causes to the lungs. Also, this model could help us clarify to our classmates how the process of breathing works, so it is easier for them to understand it. I supported this team by bringing cotton, and the changes I will do to this project will be to have a clear and clean space so that our experiments can be in and they won't get dirty by other external causes.
In conclusion, this project is important not only because it shows the function of our respiratory system, but also because it shows the ways it can be damaged and the alternatives. We really made an advance during this stage because we built 2 of our models, but we still need to record the results of our first model and do another one of our models. I've contributed to this project because I bring materials, I research information, and I helped in the construction of the first model.
In conclusion, with this project we can learn that our respiratory system is one of the most fragile systems of our body, and with this project we can show the causes and consequences of some of the diseases of it. With this project we can show the consequences of smoking and the contamination of the air, and why we should reduce or stop these situations. There are still missing the results and another model to help us to understand completely the respiratory system by all of the sparks. And in this part of the project, I help by contributing with materials, making a model, and recording some parts of the construction of it.
So I really believe this experiment is really important, not only because it's our STEM project and it's worth a lot of points, but because it really helps us develop as people. We not only learn a lot about our body, we also learn how to keep it safe, the parts of our body, and we learn a lot of things. And well, the things I did for this experiment was that I provided materials for the model and the experiment, and I constructed the model of the lungs.
I think this project is very important because it helps us understand better how the respiratory system works and its structure. It also helps us to understand how the contaminated air and smoking tobacco damage our lungs. I contributed in this project by bringing materials. I helped building up the models, and I also record my classmates.